Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Guna. I'm delighted to be joined by Tony, the author of the book The Cavaliers and Sausages, which is an amazing book about Arsene Wenger's time in charge of Arsenal. He's come all the way from Australia, here on holiday at the moment. Hi Tony, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. Bit jet lagged, but alright, yeah.
It's a long flight, yeah? How many hours?
24.
Wow.
Yeah, I stopped in Qatar, so
Okay.
yeah. It's a
Yeah,
bit painful, but it's good to be back, yeah.
I can imagine you're very tired. I really appreciate you coming on.
No,
Thanks
it's
for
good.
your time. Head of the season tomorrow. I wanted to get your thoughts. First of all, let's start with the transfer window and pre-season. What's your thoughts overall on how it's been for us?
So I think I might regret this tomorrow night, but I'd say this is probably the most positive I've been for years. I was thinking maybe since the sort of when we had Sanchez and Ozil, Cazorla, so maybe back to the sort of Leicester year or even longer. So because I think we acted decisively, which we haven't done for years, early, and we've addressed a lot of the weaknesses. The backup now is pretty good. We've got pace, sort of energy. I think we're going to be really good pressing. Counter-attacking is going to be a lot better. Because sometimes last season it was so slow and we didn't have anyone in the box. Jesus I think is going to be really good. Shevchenko is quality backup, or he might be first choice. So Vieira, I've never seen him play, but I've heard some good stuff about him. And I think the players like Odegaard and Martinelli are going to have a lot more options because they're going to have Jesus, a lot more movement. And that's going to help them. So, I think it's very positive. Yeah,
we're looking on fire in pre-season.
Yeah, exactly.
Scoring a lot of goals. Jesus can't stop scoring.
Yeah, he looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think he's going to get a lot of goals next season. How many goals do you think he could get?
I think he's got to be, overall, maybe sort of in the 20s. Got to target that, yeah.
Okay, in the Premier League?
Premier League, maybe hit. He's got to target 20 in the Premier League for it, I think, and then a few more in the cups.
Okay, let's hope he has a really good season. Yeah. It's great to have a striker like him. We've got a lot of pace. That was the thing last year with Lacazette.
Yeah,
he works hard, but he didn't have a pace.
Didn't get in the box, and there's never like one-on-ones because he couldn't make that run in behind. So
so been an amazing transfer. And as you say, we've got the business done early.
Yeah.
But we're still looking to get one or two players in. Arteta was asked about that after the Sevilla game. Where do you think we still need to strengthen?
Yeah, I'd still like quality centre mid, really sort of dynamic centre midfielder. I'm not sure the ones we're linked to. Tillman's, he's more of an attacking player, but I wouldn't mind sort of a bit more physical pace in there, and a winger. I think. Because he doesn't fancy Pepe, and they're probably going to try and get rid of him. So someone with a bit more, maybe dribbler skill, or someone with a bit different skill. Basically, a sort of reliable Pepe. I think we'll try and get if we can sell him, or ideally another forward that's got a bit of height and physical. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I think midfielder and winger is what we go for, I reckon.
Okay, let's talk about some of the players that left us or have gone out on loan. So first of all, Leno, confirmed this week that he's gone to Fulham. He was a great servant for us, very good goalkeeper. Unfortunately, though, he's not so good with his feet. His range of passing is one of his weaknesses, which is why he's struggled to get into the team last year. We know that Ramsdale come in and done a really good job. So Leno, got to wish him well at Fulham, but hopefully when they play us, he has some howlers and doesn't play so well. But your thoughts on him leaving?
It's a bit of a worry. I haven't seen Turner. It's a bit of a worry that we're weaker in the goalkeeping because we had two good keepers last year, and we're not going. I think Fulham have got a great deal, and he'll do well there because he's a good shot stopper, and they're a promoted club, probably get a lot of action. So I think it's a good move for him and Fulham. It's a bit of a shame that we didn't get more, but have to see on Turner. But it puts a lot of pressure on Ramsdale to be, as good as consistent all through the year, which he was for a lot of the last year. Maybe not towards the end. So, yeah.
Yeah, as you said, I don't know much about Turner. Let's hope Ramsdale doesn't get injured.
Yeah.
It will be a bit of a worry. Yeah. There's a lack of experience as well with Turner, and also the third goalkeeper as well. Only a young kid, isn't he? 20 years old.
Yeah, they've got some good young keepers, but there's one or two gone on loan, and then there's one being promoted, isn't there? Is it Hain or Hine? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good to see young players come through. But
yeah, for sure. But, so let's talk about Traves now. So he's gone out on loan to Marseille. We know we loaned out William Saliba to them, and he's come back a much better player. Hoping for something similar with Traves. What's your thoughts on him? And
his shooting's terrible, but he gets excited, but I mean, he's obviously got a lot of ability. But as a defender, you got to be positionally good and sort of reliable and concentrate and focus. And he just wasn't up to it defensively. Just too much of a worry. So hopefully it'll be a good year for him, and he'll get good coaching, play regularly. But I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play again. Like he plays, we sell him after a year on loan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another player that's gone out on loan is Balang. He's gone to Rennes. For me, I would rather he have stayed in the squad, just, because we could have given him some game time in the Carabao Cup, early stages of the Europa League. Yeah. And I think he's going to be a really good player for us. But there's two ways of looking at it. He can go down on loan, he'll be playing regularly, getting that experience, playing the minutes. Yeah. So two ways of looking at it. They've decided to send him out for loan. What's your thoughts on that? I
think that's a good move for him. And hope, because the problem is if you could loan Championship or Premier League, then he doesn't play much. Don't get much out of it, so hopefully France he'll play a lot and good experience and come back. Arsenal is maybe we have 3 strikers next year and he'll be one of them, so I think that's a good deal.
Okay, some other players that we're not sure what to do with at the moment, it seems. We've been here a long time. Ainslie Maitland-Niles, your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I think we should have taken. We got a good offer for him a year or two ago, didn't we? I think he needs to go somewhere, doesn't he, and just play regularly. He's just not going to get it at Arsenal, playing different positions. So, I think we're waiting for some offers on him, I reckon. Yeah, I think he'd do well at sort of Fulham or a lower Premier League team. Yeah, but. Maybe like a wide midfielder. I don't think he's good enough centre midfield.
Okay, and Reece Nelson?
That's a tricky one. I think his contract a year or
1 year left.
So they probably want to sell him, but he's had some good moments, doesn't he? Just he's never had a run, even on loan, like where he sort of plays a lot. So. I reckon they'll sell him, but depends on Pepe as well, doesn't it? If Pepe goes, then you could say Nelson could get a lot of game time in Europa, and then it's a chance for him. But I think they're trying to trim the squad, so I think he'll go.
Okay, there's a few other players that we are really trying to get out. The likes of
We're not good at selling, are we?
Yeah, Berlin, Mari, Torreira. Yeah. So we've got to work on getting them players out. I mean, hopefully we can get 1 or 2 more in. Yeah. Looking at our squad overall, I'm going to ask you, so we look at the backup options and we can see we're trying to improve that. Yeah. And it's going to be even more important with the 5 substitution rule that's coming in next season as well. But if you see how it's gone in that pre-season, our first game away to the German team, we were 2-0 down in the first half with what was our second string team, you'd say. Same against Orlando City, first half, second string team. Struggling there, drawing 1-1, and also the behind closed door friendly we had, it was with the second team, we lost 2-1 to Brentford. So there still seems to be quite a big drop off between our starting 11 and the backup options. Is that a worry for you going into the season?
Well, it killed us last year, didn't it, towards the end. I think we're better than now. Shevchenko can cover 2 positions. Saliba coming back means Ben White maybe he's not ideal at right back, but he can cover it probably better than Cedric. Up front, sort of we're a bit better. You know, Eddie got a bit more game towards the end of last season. Yeah, I'd say last season we were probably relying on 13, 14 players for the second half of the season, and this season maybe now we're up to 6, 17 that we're, you know, decent. So if you'll get one centre midfield would probably be my worry. I think if you'd say you've got
Partey gets injured,
then if we're back to El Neni and Xhaka playing a lot of games in centre mid, I think it's just not the level we need to be at.
So we're trying obviously to work hard. It's going to take a couple of transfer windows more, but getting to that stage with a team like Man City where they rotate the likes of Foden, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez. There's not really a big drop off between them players, all at a similar level. But for all teams, you're going to have positions where the backup options will not be as strong. You look at Liverpool, if Trent or Robinson are out, their backup fullbacks are nowhere near as strong. So we can't expect that each position you're going to be really strong. But hopefully, in the next couple of transfer windows, we can still address them backup issues that we do have in the squad. Let's hope this season no injuries or major injuries. There's going to be some injuries obviously, but let's hope the likes of Partey, Saka, the positions you're saying that we still need to get someone in the transfer.
Partey's probably the biggest worry. Like if you get injured now, then it's probably the biggest drop. Whereas maybe Jesus as well. I think he's going to be really important for us. But I think we're better off than. And also that's probably a big thing Arteta needs to do. Last year he didn't rotate. Now we've got the Europa. He needs to use the squad players in the other games. So
okay, so let's now go on to some predictions for next season before we talk about Crystal Palace. So just overall predictions. First of all, what do you think will be the top four?
Top four I think will be Man City. Boring prediction, but too good. I think Liverpool might be. I don't know if they can be as good as they were last year, with Mane gone. Salah maybe he's not as good the last couple as he was a couple of years, and Firmino not as good. So you've got to go Liverpool second. I'd be optimistic and say Arsenal third and Scum fourth.
Okay, and
I think Chelsea might have one of those years where they sort of drop a bit, and they seem a bit weird what's going on there. I'm hoping that Tuchel leaves after midway through the season and they end up 7th or something.
Okay, that would be good. You would say that looking at the top four, Man United, we're not so sure about what's going on there. A lot of issues with Cristiano Ronaldo. Same with Chelsea, a lot of question marks around them at the moment. Tottenham are looking as the biggest danger. They've recruited really well, as much as it's painful to say, but they have got a good team there.
And they got a good manager.
So we're going to be wary of them. But let's hope that we can finish above them. It's been so long since we finished above them.
It's embarrassing.
We had all them years under Wenger when we're always finishing ahead of them. I mean, now in recent times, it's been so long, so many years since they've been finishing ahead of us now. So let's hope we can turn that around and finish ahead of them.
Definitely.
Okay, so relegation now. Your thoughts on who's most likely to get relegated?
It's hard to say because I'm not, there's still a lot of time those teams can buy, but usually the promoted teams do alright. I think Forest have been buying a lot of players, and I saw they bought a player from Bayern Munich, so I think they must be doing alright.
It's going to be nice to see him because you remember back in the 90s, they were a regular feature of the Premier League.
Yeah, popular team, so I hope they do alright. I'd say maybe Bournemouth. If we had to say, I'd say Bournemouth or Fulham. But I think some of the established clubs could struggle, like Southampton or Wolves and Everton. But Everton always just seem to avoid it, just like last year. And but so I don't know. I've said too many there.
So that's going to be a big loss for them, isn't it?
Who's that?
Richarlison.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be sad to see them go.
Another team that's lost a couple of really important players for them is Leeds. They lost Rafinha and Karen Phillips.
Phillips,
Yeah, so gonna be a miss for them.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting. It's always tight. It's such a competitive league.
It goes to
from
the
top
last
to
couple
bottom.
of weeks.
So looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Let's talk about the domestic cups now. So obviously hard to predict because it's knockout football. Anything can happen. But who do you think will be the Carabao Cup winner?
Carabao, I'll probably say Man City because they always seem to win it because they've got the backup squad and every other team doesn't take it too seriously. They would play like a second string. So I'll go. I'll say Man City.
Okay, FA Cup.
FA Cup, I'll go for someone a bit different because I'll go for Newcastle because I think they're still going to buy more. They're going to recruit, and they've got a good manager
and a lot of money.
They've got the money, so they can buy and so they might have a decent squad. Whereas a lot of teams don't take it seriously because they just want to focus on the Premier League. So.
Okay, and let's talk about the European Cups now. So starting with the Champions League.
Champions League. Well, I don't think Real Madrid, things fell for Real Madrid last year, didn't they? Barcelona a bit of a mess. I don't want an English team to win it if it's not Arsenal, so I go Bayern.
Okay.
Yeah. They got Mane, they're always strong,
Okay. And now the Europa League.
Europa's hard because you don't know the Champions League teams, but I was looking at who's in it, and actually Arsenal and Man United favourites, and there's Roma, but if I didn't know, without the Champions League teams, and we've got to go deep in it, we've got to be looking to win that, I think. You don't know what happens semi-final, final, but I'll go for Arsenal.
Okay, that'd be amazing.
We need a European trophy, it's been so long.
Yeah, it'd be amazing if we can win that one.
Yeah.
And then if we get top 4 as well, that'd be great. But even if we missed out on top 4, then at least we're still getting Champions League.
Yeah.
So that does two things at once. Gets us the reward of finishing in the top 4 without actually doing that, but also gets us a trophy. So I remember the years, obviously big fan of Arsene Wenger, but he used to also talk about that top 4 became
top 4 trophy.
Top
I know.
4 is a trophy.
Now, everyone derided him, didn't they? But it's sort of that was now like it's the last few years we'd love to have just qualified 4th on the last day of the season and won nothing. But it's changed a bit. But
let's hope we can get back to the days where that's the minimum.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's just we take that as for granted.
Exactly.
Again.
That's what I'm looking for this season. I think it's not. I think we're spending all this money. We need to jump, win. We need to be getting 10 more points than last year, or 70, 75, 80. Not just 1 or 2 more.
Yeah,
we need to
scrape
a big improvement. Yeah,
we don't want to scrape into the top 4. Let's do it comfortably.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so showtime tomorrow night. That's it. Pre-season's done. It's time for action now. As we know, it's going to be a difficult game. Crystal Palace. Last time we played them, they stuffed us. It was a comfortable win for them. It was really difficult watching that. They just outplayed us.
A bogey team for Arsenal
in recent times. They've had some really good results against us. And we really struggled to handle their pace and their pressing in their last game. And we weren't really able to create much. So different players this time. We know we've got a better team now. We go confident. When you see our players, where they're playing, where we're going scoring goals for fun, we're looking really confident. So let's first talk about how you'd approach that game. We saw they're really good at pressing. So are we. We're away from home. Would you want to go attack on the front foot, press them, or would you say we should sit back, maybe try and hit them with a counter attack? How would you look to approach it?
I think those games, Arsenal really. There were some games like that Arsenal really struggled, like Everton away, Crystal Palace away, Newcastle away, where the crowd's really up for it. They're really pressing us, and they target party. So he's the main out ball. So he really gets closed down, and then we get nervous playing it around the back, and then that gets the crowd more excited. So I think, and then also Crystal Palace last year, we give away the first a bad goal, and then it just gets the crowd more excited, and we sort of get intimidated, it seems. So I think that's one thing this season we've got to improve, and the signings sort of more should have that mentality, I think. So I would say maybe, I don't think Arteta will do that because he wants to pass out from the back, but I would say that sort of game, Friday night atmosphere with a Crystal Palace is always a pretty good crowd, that I wouldn't want to be the first 20 minutes really passing it around the back, but it's a high risk. But I think that he wants to play the football. So, but then again, the good thing is now we've got he can run in behind. So if you're hitting a channel, he can sort of chase that down. And but actually, I think we might press them. We're better. This year, we're a lot better at pressing. We're going to be a lot better at pressing with a young, sort of energetic team. So maybe we can pin them back a bit more.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Hopefully Arteta's learnt from that last game.
Yeah.
We're better prepared to what to expect from them. They've got some really good players. I'm
Yeah.
not seeing too much action from them in the transfer market,
No.
but we know Patrick Vieira's doing a good job there.
Yeah.
Dangerous players like Zaha always seems to play well against us. So
and he's going to be against Ben White, maybe. He's a bit out of position.
so I was going to ask you about that one.
Yeah.
So in terms of the starting lineup for this game, Tommy Yasu's not going to start. We know that he's back in training, but he's not in the pre-season. But let's say, like further down the line, when he is fit, he would be our first choice right back. And then in the centre back situation, what would you look to do? Because Ben White and Gabriel had a really good partnership last season.
Yeah.
There's always been our Achilles heel defensively, but we were so
Yeah.
strong last season defensively for the most part.
Yeah.
And that was mainly down to them two, along with Ramsdale. So would you look to break up that partnership for Saliba, who's done really well out on loan? He's played for the French national team. He's come back in pre-season, looked really solid. It's a difficult one. What would you do in that situation?
I think I'd go Saliba and Gabriel and White at right back.
No, I'm saying that if Tommy Yasu, once he's back...
Oh, once he's back.
Yeah,
Sorry, I thought you
yeah.
meant tomorrow.
No, tomorrow.
Okay. I think you got to go on performance. So it was a bit like the Leno Ramsdale last year. If Saliba just comes in and plays well and is solid, then you got to keep him, and White has to wait until someone's injured. But also there's so many games that it's not that big a deal. It's Europa. Once Europa starts, I think there's opportunities for everyone. So I think that's one thing Arteta will do. Even centre backs like Man City, they rotate their centre backs. You never used to in the past. You just play the same defence every game. But I think, and also Saliba will get. I mean, he'll be pretty annoyed at after all how we've sort of treated him, the last few years. If he does well and then gets dropped as soon as sort of for someone older, Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Arteta can rotate the options. Yeah. Gabriel and Ben White done so well, so it'd be unfair maybe to drop Ben White. We're saying, because of the way we like the left-footed centre back, so Gabriel will definitely play him, and it'll be between like Ben White and Saliba for the other position. And then the one that's done so well in that position is Ben White, and then you're bringing Saliba in for him, so it could be unfair on Ben White. But I guess you've got to look at it as you've got to go with what you think's best. But as you said, there's still going to be plenty of opportunities for either one. So if Saliba is the one that does miss out in that situation, he'll have the chances to still impress and force his way back in. I think he'll get plenty of game time, and also because Murray's going to go, so if we don't buy another centre back, it will probably be Saliba, Gabriel, and White as the three first choice, and then Holding as the fourth, if he's happy to stay and do that. Which means if Gabriel's out, then Saliba will get a lot of time as probably the left-sided centre back. So I think they'll all get plenty of games if we don't sign another one, which I can't see us doing.
Yeah, it's great to say that we've got a really solid defence now. It was the Achilles heel for us for many years.
Even
terrible, when you look towards the end of Wenger's reign.
Any cross or set piece was
that was the one great thing last year, that the stat that we didn't concede from a corner till right towards the end of the season. So all credit to Arteta and the coaching staff for that. Let's hope we continue that into this season. So looking at the rest of the starting line, so the games we played against Chelsea and Seville and Everton, you'd guess that would be our main 11 that's going to start. So would you happy with that? So it's Ramsdale in goal at the moment. Ben White at right back as Tomiyasu's out. Then Saliba, Gabriel, and then left back which is Jenko at the moment because Tini's out injured still. And then the midfielders were Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, and then up front the Fab Three for us now: Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka. You happy with that as the lineup?
Yeah, I think it's definitely at the start, but there's good options, as you say, with the substitutions. Like Smith Rowe can play a couple of positions on the left. He can play the Odegaard role. Maybe there isn't a good backup for Saka, and we over-relied on Saka last year. But I think that's going to be the position I'd like to see. I'd like to see maybe vary it for certain games. So sometimes 3-5-2.
Yeah, well, we've got three really good centre backs. It's a good option.
If that works, if he thinks that that's going to be a better tactical setup, and maybe Smith Rowe over Martinelli in certain games might be a better choice. But I think there'd be a bit of rotation. But there's a few, and also Zinchenko. I'm quite interested to see how he plays instead of Xhaka in the centre mid if he gets a chance there.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see because he plays there for his national team.
Yeah.
Done really well from what I've heard in that position. So it'd be a good option to have. And that's what it's going to be about this season with the 5 substitute rule. With so many games in a short space of time with a World Cup in there as well. It's going to be about using the squad, isn't it? So
because last season we were terrible when we went behind, weren't we? I think once we came back. Yeah. So there's got to be something. I'm sure they've all these stats around now. They must have looked at that and thought, how can we change that? So
let's hope. Let's hope we don't fall behind too often. But if we do, let's hope we can turn it around. But that's going to be key for sure. One of the key things is being able to turn a game around when things are going against you. So, okay, looking at Crystal Palace then. So, correct score prediction for that one.
That's hard. I've never got any of these right. I'd say I'll say 1-1
Okay.
Yeah, what do you think?
For me, I think we're going to just about do it. I think that as good a team as they are, and their home ground, we know they've got a great recent record against us. I just see our players look really confident. I was there for the Seville game and just watching the way we're playing, and it was just like, really fluid attacking football. So the way they're linking up and the press as well. The pace we've got up front with Saka, Martinelli and Jesus now, I think we'll have a little bit too much for them. So I'm going for 3-1, but I don't think it'll be an easy 3-1.
No.
It'll be like maybe 1-1 going into half time, and we'll get a couple of goals later in the second half to win the game. But it's definitely going to be a tight battle. But let's talk about the first 5 games now then. If you compare our start in fixtures this season compared to last season, it is easier on paper. Last year we had Chelsea second game, Man City third game. This time second game is Leicester at home. Third game's Bournemouth away, promoted team, and fourth game's Fulham at home, another promoted team, and then Aston Villa. So out of them 5 games, how many points do you think we can get?
5. So you got to be looking at winning the home games, haven't you? Fulham, Leicester. Unbeaten will be good. So that's why first game away draws not the worst result. Win the home ones, but it's quite a friendly fixture, so I'd say 4 wins and a draw will be 13. That would be decent. That would be very good.
Sure.
Or 3 wins, 2 draws. We want to be unbeaten in those 5 games, I think, but
minimum 11.
11.
Yeah, let's hope for a good start.
4 wins is 12, so we need to be, after those games, we should be up there, shouldn't we? Considering there's no real tricky ones.
It's going to be important because in October we've got a really tricky month. That same month we've got the likes of Liverpool, Man City, and then the North London derby in that month as well. So Yeah, let's hope we can get off to a really good start. Just before we go, just wanted to ask you a little bit about the Amazon series that's coming out.
Okay, yeah.
Your thoughts on that?
I mean, definitely intrigued to watch it. I think when I heard Arsenal were doing it, I thought, oh no, that's really cringe. And I'm sure there were going to be some moments like that from the trailer. But the trailer looks really good, and yeah, it's good to see training and team talks and get to know a bit more tactics and stuff. So yeah, I think it's going to be really good, interesting, and it looks like Arteta's going to come across well, and I think this Arsenal team is it's pretty likeable. Like, for a few years we had some players you can really relate to or get behind, so I think that's going to show that there's a good atmosphere, and so yeah, I think it's going to be good, and yeah, it'll definitely get Arsenal a lot of fans globally. So I can see why they did it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't normally see. Yeah. So it'll give us something different to watch and see how things are done behind the scenes. Seen some of the trailers, and there's some fiery scenes in there as well. So it's going to be good to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to finish with, then, how far away do you think we are from challenging the likes of Man City and Liverpool? And do you think Mikel Arteta is the manager that can do that for us?
Second part's pretty tricky. Well, I mean, to be honest, we're still pretty far, aren't we? But I mean, there was obviously a lot of good signs last year, and especially the one for me was the Man City at home around New Year's Day, where we actually outplayed them and somehow lost, but
really unlucky.
Yeah, we just lost it for a few moments and got down to 10 men and penalty. But I mean, that showed that we can compete. So I mean, we're still behind them. Obviously, financially they can buy so much players, but I don't think that means that you can't in a year or two be challenging for the league like Liverpool done. They just bought well and got better and better each year. So if like we got better last year, this year, look at our squad, we should be making a big step up, maybe to third, and then the year after that means you can get in better players and strengthen those positions and the squad and everything. So I don't know, we're a bit of a way, but we hopefully at the end of this year we're close the gap and sort of more within sight. So is Arteta? I don't know. I mean, I have to say, over 3 years now, is it 2 or 3 years? I've been on and off, some doubts over some decisions, and I didn't really think Arsenal should have a manager that was sort of learning on the job, but he seems to be a fast learner. So definitely a lot of things have improved. The squad looks good. The ball generally got a lot better. So yeah, I'm positive about this season for the first time for a long time. So yeah, I think if we jump up in points and goals scored, then Arteta's showing he's on the upward curve. And, got to keep backing him, haven't you?
Yeah, that's he did say that it's a process.
Yeah,
his famous words, trust the process. Yeah. And we are showing signs of improvement.
Yeah.
So let's hope this season, as you said, we can show more progress, get into the Champions League. Hopefully, as we're saying, do it comfortably, and we're not just scraping into it. Hopefully, we can get a trophy too.
Exactly. Should be targeting a trophy.
Yeah, for sure. And then just keep improving the squad. The younger players will get more experience. That's one great thing. We've got so many young players. They're going to get better and better. So important that we keep progressing. We want to keep the players as well, because we know that if we're not progressing, there's other teams that are going to come and try and take them off us. So it's going to be crucial for us. But very positive, really optimistic for the season, and I really thank you for your time. It's great to have you on.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
And look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yeah.
So that's all from us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.